lot of people are saying yes, they can see our screen, right? Okay. Can everybody see my screen? You're saying yes. Okay, great. So let me bring to you the first question. So how we are going to go about it is, I'll flash the question on the screen. You will take an attempt at it, and everybody would, engage, and they would type their answers in the chat. And once, let's say, people are not able to solve it, I will of course explain, and then we will cover if there is a related concept, and then move ahead. Okay. And please remember, these are actual questions. So no random questions. These are all actual UGC NET paper questions. All right. Okay. So here is the first question on the screen. So take 2 minutes and try to attempt. Yes, guys, are we able to do it? Okay. Somebody is saying 21, option C. Okay. Somebody is saying, but what's the explanation? Some people are saying D. Okay. Okay, guys, just a second. So I'll give you a hint. Okay. So now questions like this come in other exams as well. Okay, so one of the hints for the question is, if you have to assume NTA, let's say, is our so they're saying these are two 5-digit numbers such that their sum is 157229. So that means two 5-digit numbers, and if you add these two numbers, the sum comes to 157229. So what you have to assume is that all of these are integers, correct? They can't be in decimal, right? That's how numbers are. And if you say n and t, that means they look different. That means they have to be different numbers. Okay, that's the hint. So all you have to do is you have to actually write NTA 14 and below that NTA 15 and just try to add them. Of course, 14 and 15, if you add directly, you get 29. But question is NTA plus NTA, how is that coming to 1572 is the question. So that's the hint. Hi guys, can you see me? Today is kind of a busy and a bad day. I just lost my tablet pen. Anyway, so let's get started. I hope you're able to hear and see me clearly. So I gave you a hint, right? So I'm just saying that what you have to do is you have to just write that, let's say, these two numbers that you have to add. Okay, so one is your NTA, and then this gets added to NTA. Okay, so the question is, if I add these two numbers, right, it was actually about adding these two numbers and getting this sum as 1 5 7 and 2, correct? That is what the question is about. So now if you add a and a, right, that means if you add 2a, how can here the sum be 2, right? That means what are the possibilities for a, right? A in this case could be what? All numbers. Can it be 0? 0 plus 0, can it ever give us 2? No, right? So that is out of scope. Now can I say it is a could be 1? So 1 plus 1, it becomes 2. Yes, so a could be 1. But the question is, can a be anything else also? Because we don't know, right, for sure whether a is 1. What if it's 2? 2 plus 2, 4. So obviously it cannot come. If it is 3 plus 3, 6, again not possible. 4 plus 4, again not possible. 5 plus 5, again not possible. But what if it's 6? 6 plus 6 is 12. That means the number a could also be 6, isn't it? Because a plus a, if it's 6, 6 plus 6, 12. So I can get put 2 here and 1 could go carry here, correct? So a could be 1 and 6. Can it be 7? No. Can it be 8? No, because 7 into 2, 14. 7 plus 7, 14. 8 plus 8, 16. 9 plus 9, 18. and of course it cannot be 10. So that means A can be 1 and or 6, either 1 or 6, correct? Are you all with me? Yes. Okay, great. Yes. So if that means I can say A could be 1 or 6. Now the question is, if A is, let's say 1 plus 1. So here would be 2. Now T plus T is coming as 7. Now, one thing that you have to realize is that whenever you add two same numbers, so t plus t would be nothing but 2t, right? It would be 2 into t, correct? Whatever that number is. Now, anything if you multiply by 2, it becomes even. Take any number, for example, if it's 5, 5 into 2, 10, 3, 3 into 2, 6, and 2 into 2, of course, would be even. So even into even is also even, but any number, if you multiply with an even number, and in this case, that even number would be 2, right? Because t plus t is 2t, right? So 2t can never be odd actually, correct? But here it is odd. That means what is happening? When A and A are getting added, there is one carry which is going from here to here. Would you agree with me? So that carry is there. Therefore, A and A cannot be 1. So A cannot be 1. That is ruled out now. Are you getting? Because A has to be 6 because there is a carry. Understood? So therefore, now we have figured out that A is 6. If A is 6, 6 plus 6 is 12. So here would be one carry. And now T plus T is in such a way that T plus T is 7 plus 1, meaning 2T plus 1 is 7, correct? Okay, now let us think little. Now, how can T plus 1 it can give us 7 carry, right? Let's say T is 3, correct? So T could be 3, correct? If it's 3, so what will happen is that T would be 3 plus 3, 6 plus 1, 7. So therefore it can be 7, right? But can T be anything else? Can T be anything else? What if T is 8? Again, I'm just thinking, right? 8 plus 8, 16 plus 1, 17, then also 7 can come. So T could be 3 and T could be 8 as well. Are you all with me? Yes. So people are saying yes, clear. So T, therefore T could be 3 or 8. It cannot be anything else, correct? Or can it be any other number, right? So 3 or 8. Now, for example, if let's say T is 3. So 3 plus 3, 6 plus 1 carries 7. Again, the same case, guys. N plus N has to be 2n. That means it has to be a even number or a odd number. It has to be an even number. But again, there is a carry. That's why it's becoming odd. Therefore, definitely 3 is not the correct option. That means here T also is actually 8. So 8 plus 8 is 16 and 1 carries 17 and then again 1 carry here, right? And then n plus n plus 1 is nothing but 15. So that means n definitely is 7, right? What else can n be, right? Because 2n plus 1 is 15. So therefore n is 7. So one number is 7, which is your n. Your T is 8, which we have figured out by selection, right? By rejecting wrong options. And your A is 6. So 7 plus 8, 15 plus 6, 21. Guys, this was a very different question that was asked in 2018 paper, actual UGC NET paper, okay? And a lot of people were confused, okay, from this particular question, but it was not so tricky question. But it's just that people are not used to maybe this kind of a question. So a lot of people were very confused, okay? Did we get it? All right. So some people are saying yes, clear. We can move to next question. Okay, great. All right. So let me move to the next question. Okay. All right. So let me do this. How do I annotate? I clear all drawings. All right. Okay, guys, just attempt this question now. The first one, pleading is written as FMHC. So can we do this? Yes, hello everyone. So I think we are able to get this right. A lot of people are saying option 4. Okay. So a lot of people are saying option 4. All right. So it says in a certain code, pleading is written as, okay. Should I explain or should I wait for people to answer? How many people have done almost? Few people have done now. Okay, some people are saying explain. A lot of people have not yet responded. Okay, pleading is written as this, right? So this is again a very simple logic. It's part of the coding decoding questions, right? So there are simple concepts that you should understand. That means how can a word, right, let's say move from one digit place to another digit place. If I say that A D is, let's say, becoming B and C, okay, what could be the logic? Okay, it could be that A is becoming, let's say, +1, right? So the place value of A is 1 and let's say place value of D is 4, right? D is becoming C, meaning this is happening -1, right? So things like that, simple logic from +1 in everything or +2 in everything, or -1 is everything, -2 in everything, sometimes +1 -1, right? So there could be an alternate series. That's another option. Sometimes they are doing +1 or -1 but keeping it in a reverse order, and these are multiple options that they do. Okay, so guys, were you able to figure out the logic for this one, pleading? So if you look at, let's say, P is becoming F, that means it's not very close. Okay, L is becoming as M. Okay, but E is again becoming H, and A is becoming C. All right. Okay, now what okay, so let's say ding and D and Q, there's a lot of difference. So that means some simple way it's not progressing. Okay, now what you can do is, also if you see so A and D, if you look in the middle, right, A and D in the middle, but then they have too much of a difference, right? So sometimes what happens is that when you see too much of a difference, no consistency, you might want to break the word, okay, in between. That means if you actually look at PLEA, right, and say, okay, PLEA, okay, so and break the this word as well, okay. And if you can see A, you could see B somewhere, D you could see somewhere. So let me do one thing. Let me do after A what comes, you get B, correct? Right, I am doing +1. After E what comes, you get F, correct? After L what comes, you get M, right? After P you get Q, right? The moment I did this simple thing, PLEA, QMFB, I can see QMFB, but are you getting, can you see this, right? So it's really like thinking like a detective, right? You have to find this, okay, what is the code, right? How is it getting changes? So see, QMFB is here, but it's kept on the right hand side. That means this part, first part is placed by the second part, okay? Now let's talk about DING. Let's see how this could be moving, okay? Can okay, D F, but I am again big difference. So what I can do is I can see -1. What could that -1 be? Let's say C, correct? E F G H I, so H, E F G H I, right? Okay, M N, so C H M, okay, and E F G, so F. That means by doing -1 I can get this code, right? DING is becoming CHMF. Are you getting CHMF? Are you getting, everyone? So that means this first four letters +1 is getting this, but it is kept on this side, right side. And the DING, the ding, the second part is actually, if you do -1 over everything, you're getting CHMF, but it's kept in the reverse order. Understood, everybody? So that means the same thing we will have to apply for shoulder now, right? That means SHOU, the +1 on this could be, right? +1 could be T, right? And similarly, you could get it. Just a second. Huh, Subhash? Okay, okay, fine. Okay, fine. Thanks. All right. Okay. So, right. So similarly, we could do this, right? So that means for SHOU, what we could do is we could just do a +1 on all the four words. So for example, T, right? EEFGHI, TI. So that means the second part has to be TI. That means this two options, only option is A or 4, right? Now what I'll do, I'll just check this part, K or Q, meaning any word from this side, right? So in this, how will we check? I will check G. G -1 is what? EFF, right? Uh, so here we said F, right? And it would be written in what way would it be written? Okay, let's check D. D would be C, correct? Yes, guys. So what should it be? Okay, let me check what people are saying. A, right? Yes. So people are saying explain again. I am saying, okay, some people are saying explain again. So I am just saying that what happens in these questions is the PLEA, when I was trying to see the logic one word by word, it's not going, right? So for example, A, if you see, A is actually becoming here as C, right? Whereas D is becoming, let's say, Q, right? So we are seeing too much of a difference. So we are saying what could be the logic. So sometimes what we do is the word we break it into two parts. So PLEA could be one part and DING could be another part. Okay. Now what we had to check is when we check this PLEA, DING, PLEA, if I did +1 in everything, this became actually this, right? The moment I did this QMFB, I saw, okay, QMFB is one part. The other is DING. So DING is becoming this part. So we said, okay, how is this becoming? You do a -1 and I was able to do it. Similarly for SHOU, right, we were able to do it. Now LDER, right? So LDER, so would be -1. So what would be -1 for L? JKL. So that means it has to be K, right? Similarly, PQR, so R has to be Q.
And what we also saw is it was placed in the reverse order, right? That means this was FMHC, right? FMHC. So that means it will start with Q. And we have already figured out the second part. So therefore it has to be first option. Did we get it, guys? Now at least everybody got it. Some lot of people are saying A, some people are saying C, some people are saying explain. At least now you guys got it. Okay, somebody saying explain again. All right. See, guys, what I'm saying is sometimes what happens is a big word like PLEADING, whenever there is a big word, okay, always understand how they are trying to make these questions. Okay, you also have to be as smart as the examination setter. If let's say it is only 3 or 4 words, right? With 4 words, normally what will happen? It will follow the same logic, guys. It will follow either they can add +1, they can do -1, correct? They can do +2, they can do -2, or they can do +1 -1 +1 +2 +3 +4 +4, like that they can do, right? These are the multiple logics that they do. But sometimes when you see completely different, like the one word is another word, it's moving by a big margin. Whenever, let's say for example, if somebody says A is, let's say, becoming Z, okay, and they are saying C is becoming Y. Are you getting? So now what will happen? Like you will say suddenly saying that, okay, how can A become Z? See, nothing but this is just going reverse. Okay. So this is like going reverse in that whole cycle, right? Of A to Z, right? So for example, if A is here and let's say Z is here. So it's happening is it's going reverse. Okay. In this case, I'm saying in these cases, you should pay attention that how can it shift so dramatically, meaning definitely it is the reverse order that's happening. In these cases, remember, for example, if let's say the place value of A is 1, and if it's a direct reverse, the place value of this would be 26, meaning if therefore always the addition would always be 27. This is another shortcut how people do it, meaning either you can write A to Z in the paper and then see reversal, meaning if I say A, B is the second place from this side, and the other word from that side would be sorry, this is not Y, right? X, Y, Z. This has to be X. Sorry, C is becoming X. Okay, so things like that, right? So C is becoming X. So you can say, okay, this is going reverse. The other thing could be you can always check the place value. That means the place value of these two numbers has to be 27. Okay. Now, how to remember place value? A lot of people normally I've seen in the exam, they write A, B, C, D, E, F, write the entire this thing. So I'm saying that's a waste of time. When I was preparing for my MBA entrance exam for CAT, what I used to do is I used to write like this, okay? EJOTY, okay? Just remember this. I used to remember this in my head, and till date I remember it, okay? So what happens is that this is why you can just remember that this is 5, this is 10, again all multiples of 5, okay? Here is 15, okay? This is 20. Guys, sorry, today I lost the pen for my tablet, so therefore it's a little embarrassing to write it so slow, right? EJOTY, okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I'm just saying that if somebody asks you, let's say suddenly tell me what is K, right? So you can say K is J, I remember is 10, so K would be 11, right? So that's one way to remember. If you remember this, it helps you and avoid the A to Z writing in the exam. Okay. Now, if somebody says, okay, tell me O, somebody says, tell me O. So you are saying, okay, what would be the reversal of O by this logic? So you don't have to write and, keep searching from and counting. You can say the other logic, if A is becoming Z, C is becoming X, that means this place value is again 3. What would be the place value of this? Ultimately, you have to remember that the place value total would be 27 if it's a complete reversal, right? So that means it has to be 24, right? So that means X, Y, Z, correct? Sorry, 20. What mistake am I doing? Let me just check. Okay, A is becoming Z, so B would becoming Y, right? C would become X, correct? C is 3, so this would become X, X, yeah, this is correct, right? X is 24. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. So now somebody says, what will O become, right? O will become in what? So I'm saying use this logic. The total would become the total number of alphabets plus 1, 27. So if this is 15 O, so this has to become 12. The other thing has to be what? Has to be 12 because the total has to be 27, right? So in this case, O is 15. So what would be 12? See, J, K, L. So it has to be, O will have to be changed by L. I am explaining a lot of concepts just to make you understand, right? Uh, I hope people are able to get it and they don't feel that we are going too slow or anything, right? So a lot of people are saying we understood. Somebody is saying answer is D. No, answer is not D, right? Just now we discussed. See, you are correct. D could have been a potential option. See guys, but don't make a silly mistake. After doing all the hard work, don't choose the wrong option, okay? Be very careful. Therefore, attention to detail in exam like this is important, okay? All right. Okay. Some people have given the next answer also. Okay. Next one is easy. Okay. All right. So I hope you understood the coding decoding logic that I was giving you. Okay. Now he's saying, okay, Varanasi is coded as WCUESGZQ. Then what is the code of Kolkata? This is easy. Okay. A lot of people are saying 4 option. Okay. Everybody try, no problem. Okay, so somebody has written the logic also. Okay, good. Satya, right? I think that's his, I don't know what's his full name, but yeah, Satya is what I can see in the Zoom chat. Let me know guys once we are good, we can discuss so that, you know, everybody's moving at the same pace. Okay, so people are saying D. Okay. So somebody has written logic also. So right, guys, see, this is simple. Okay, so your V is becoming W. Okay, becoming A is becoming C. So see, at least A and A is becoming C. What is the logic? That means A's place value is 1, right? But C's place value is actually how much? It is 3, correct? Similarly, PQRST UVW, right? So V, after V directly what comes? 1. That means here actually V, if you add 1 in this, in A if you add 2, correct? In R if you add 3. So for example, PQRSTU. So that means it would be U. A you have to add 4. So A's place value is 1, E's is 5, of course. So 4 is added. Similarly, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So that means in every subsequent letter, in every subsequent alphabet, what's happening is that there's an increasing order of digits that's getting added, right? So for example, in V, it got increased by 1, it jumped by 1. A added the second digit, the second alphabet jumped by 2, third one by 3, fourth one by 4, and so on, right? Similarly, for Kolkata, So here it is KOL KATA. So for K, what it would it be? EFGHIJKKL. So first one would be L for sure. That means he already such bad options, right? These two options are anyways gone, right? Now what you have to do is, instead of checking the full thing and wasting your time, right, you can check where it is different. Okay, so for example, let's check the second last, right? The second last here is E and here is Z. Now what is the place value? 1 2 3 4 5 6 6, meaning in T you actually add what 6 you add, right? EJOT, right? That means uh, J J O T, meaning it will be 20. So 20 plus 6 would be 26, right? So it would be higher. And see here what you're saying, it's saying E. That is not possible, right? It has to be anything higher. So what would be the answer, guys? Therefore it is 4. So I'm saying sometimes you don't have to calculate the full thing, as long as you can reject the bad options, and between the two close options just only do effort which can lead to the answer. No point of full explanation, nobody is going to check anyways, right? So option 4 confirm. Yes. Are we good, guys? Mm, okay, so I didn't see any questions. Let me see if there are any questions there. Okay, great. Should we move ahead, guys? Let me clear the screen. It says answer A, but no problem. That should be wrong, right? We are convinced, right? Option is 4. Correct. Okay, maybe by mistake. Okay. See LK. So L here. Now KLMNO. So 4. Yes, this is correct, right? So don't worry about this. Okay. This answer has to be D. Okay. So don't worry. All right. Should we move ahead? Okay. All right, guys. All right. So we have a query. Jaspreet, he's saying I didn't get the shoulder question. No problem, Jaspreet. One is we are on YouTube live and I've made it public, so you can view it at any point of time. All I was saying is sometimes when you have a big word, like let's say an 8-digit letter, 8-digit word, what happens in that case is sometimes they do reversal. So once what you do is, in a big letter like that, break the word into two. So for example, in our case, it was +1 and it was moving to the second side. Okay. And then reversing it also. So should we discuss this one, guys? Everybody? I don't want to be fast, but I hope. Okay, so people are saying my network is a bit fluctuating. Is it? I could off my video in that case if you are still facing the same issue. Let me know if it's if we are facing the same issue again. Okay, I have a fix to that. Oh, all right. Should we discuss this, guys? Okay, some people are saying option D. Okay, first letter. Okay, Satya is saying first letter -1. All right. Okay, so let me discuss this, guys. Okay, now KB, JH, IM, HQ, GT. Okay, so let's see what's the logic happening here now. All right, so what can you see here? Can you see some logic? So for example, one you would try to first logic would be, how is K moving to J? Correct. Or J moving to I? So EFGH, GH, IJK, right? JK. Okay. EFGH, IJ, right? So that means the moment you figure out this logic, right? And let me annotate it. Okay, sorry. So let me use the pen here. Okay. So that means K and J and I and H and G. That means all that's happening is G, H, I, J, K, correct? So that means the first letter is very easy, right? What would the first letter be, guys? Meaning F, G, H, I, J, K. That means first letter would be F. So see, such easy options, okay, come in the exam. So already your two options are out. All right. Now we are saying B is moving to H. Okay. Now B is moving to H. It's a big jump, but H is moving to M. M is moving to Q and Q is moving to 2. See, one thing is correct that they are all jumping. However, they're moving in the same direction. That means there is no plus or minus because B and then value is H, higher place value is M, and then Q and T. So that means they are moving in the right direction, right? And here jump seems a little less, where here jump seems a little big. So let's see. So in between B and H, what all comes? C, D, E, F, and G. Correct? That means from, actually, if I have to see from B to H, how it's jumping, it's saying C, D, E, F, G. That means B's place value is actually 2, right? H's place value is how much, guys? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. H, I, J. That means it is 8, meaning initially it jumped by 6. Okay, it jumped by 6. And similarly, if H's place value is 8, KLM and O. Correct. J means between 8 to 13, how much it is? It is actually difference is 5. So the difference remains, if you actually see, the S. Okay, sorry, I think I lost you guys in between. We were here at this question. Okay, I have got off my video, so this should be fine. Are you able to hear me again, guys? Okay, so people are saying yes. All right. Okay. Yes. So like I was saying, now for example, if you were to say, okay, how is Q moving to T, right? PQRST, meaning between two, right, are there. Similarly, if you have to check from Q to T, there is a jump, and 2 is what we are skipping in between. Here we would skip 1. So that means PQRST, U, and here would be V, right? So the second letter would be V. Okay, so it would be FV. I hope everybody got this now. Okay, great. Vijay is saying yes, Satya is saying yes. Okay, so I think majority got it. Okay, so we'll move to the next question then. Great. All right. All right, so let's attempt these questions now. So are we done? Should we discuss? At least okay, so some people are answering both questions, some people are answering mostly question first only. So the first one, very easy again. So guys, one of the things that every time now, this question is on series, okay? So whenever the questions are in series, the first step I want to ask you is that, guys, always make sure you can do this minus this, meaning second term minus first term, third term minus second term, fourth term minus third term, and then this logic. Okay, that means this is one of the first ways. That means what you'll always do is the moment you see a series question, you will first do this subtraction, okay, so that you can see the logic. Okay, that's one. That's first step. So for example, if you actually do 11 minus 7 would be 4. Okay, 19 minus 11 would be 8. 35 minus 19 would be how much? 16. Correct. Similarly, 35 minus 65, 67, this would be how much? How much would be 35 minus 67 would be 32. Okay, correct. So that means all you can see is that the subtraction in such a way that the difference is actually, there is a series, right? You can see in the difference. That means it is 4, 8, 16, 32. That means 4 into 2, 8 into 2, 16 into 32. That means the next would be a multiple of 64. That means you have to add 64 in 67. How much would that be? 7, 4, 11. Last two option 1, 11 only, and 6, 6, 12, right? So 13, right? So 131. Did you guys get it? This is very simple, right? So I think a lot of people are able to do this question. Okay, so I was saying first step always in a series question would be this. Now what are the other things? Okay, what if there is a slightly different type of question? Okay, sometimes they also do a mixed series. Okay, and what happens in a mixed series is that it could be that, you know, 7, 19 and 67 are following one logic, 11, 35 and another number are following one logic. However, I can tell you a hint. Okay, one trick to find out whether there is a mixed series is always remember they will give minimum of 6 digits, meaning the pattern, if there are two patterns, you need at least 3 terms to determine what is the pattern. Okay, so whenever you see, let's say, a bigger series, like they are giving 6, 8 terms, always you know, you can keep in your mind saying that okay, there could be a mixed series also. So otherwise it will be very confusing to you. But the moment you will see, okay, this and this, so every odd digit is going same logic, even digits are going same logic. Okay, that's one. Then what it could be the third trick? Third trick could be sometimes if you see that how the numbers are progressing. That means if the numbers are progressing by smaller margin, that means what is it likely? It is likely a addition. That means there are some addition of certain numbers happening. However, if you see a very fast increase, okay, a very fast increase, meaning it is more likely to be a multiple, meaning it could be 7 into 1 7, 7 into 2 14, into 3 into 4 into 5. So that's how it's increasing, okay, in that order. Sometimes there could be an exponential increase, meaning it could be a increase of a square or a cube, right? So these are some of the things that you should keep in mind, right? Sometimes it could be minus also, sometimes it could be it is reducing. So again, with the reduction also same logic will happen. Is it reducing slowly? That means there could be subtraction involved. Is it reducing very very fast, meaning exponential reduction is happening, meaning it could be 1 by 2 square, 1 by 3 square, and so on and so forth. All right, let's go to the next question, guys. I hope you are able to get it. A lot of people are saying yes. Okay, okay. So somebody is saying explain easy way. Okay, so which easy way, guys? Which question you're talking about? Just let me check who's saying this. Yes, so you are somebody saying easy way. Which one easy way, guys? Which question? Okay, so I hope this was easy, right? And you were able to understand, right? All right, so now, okay, now let's come to this question. Okay, what kind of a question it is? It's a blood relations question. Okay, in this he's saying, introducing Rakesh to her husband, a woman said his brother something something is the only grandson of my grandfather. Now one of the things that I've seen is, if never do it orally, okay, that means always in these questions try and draw the family tree. Okay, now when you draw the family tree, some of the basic things that you need to keep in mind is that, so for example, let's say we keep all the females, let's say population, we can keep them in circle, right? And let's say if somebody is a male, you can keep it in square. Okay, Now guys, this is just a notation. You can put all the males also in circle, right, and all the women in the other way around. It's just that for simplicity, so that we don't make mistakes again and again. Now this is what logic is. Now their children, for example, would come this side, and let's say they are both married to each other. All right. However, this guy, this man, his sister would be, let's say, represented like this. Okay. And his brother could be, let's say, represented like this. Correct. I hope you are able to see my screen. Okay. Today it's a little difficult to work with this Zoom option of, annotation. My digital pad is not working anyway. All right. So now let's come to a question. It says introducing Rakesh to her husband. Okay. Rakesh to her husband. So there is this guy Rakesh. Okay. She's introducing Rakesh to her husband. Okay. So to her husband. So let's say, okay, this woman is here. Okay. And let's say she's saying this guy Rakesh, his brothers. So she says, she points to Rakesh and she says his brothers. His brother meaning Rakesh is also a man, because she says his brother. Correct. So his brother, his brother's father, his brother's father. Okay. His brother's father is the only son of my grandfather. This guy is the only son of my grandfather. Okay. Okay. And this lady is saying, this woman, she's saying this is the grandfather, right? If this is the grandfather, right, only son of my grandfather. Okay. That means this is also connected to this lady. Correct. And that means all of them are actually, you can figure out, right, this and this one are siblings. Correct. Should I explain again? So this introducing Rakesh to her husband. So this, okay, this lady, we have to find out the woman is related to Rakesh. How is this relation? Okay. So this woman is telling to this guy, she's saying Rakesh, she's looking at Rakesh and she's saying his brother's father, meaning Rakesh's father also. Correct. So Rakesh's father is the only son. This guy is the only son of my grandfather. Okay. Of her grandfather, meaning only son of her grandfather. Okay. Only son of my grandfather. Okay. So if this is the only guy and she's saying this is the grandfather, that means this has to be the parents, right? So the question is, the woman is related to Rakesh how? She's the sister of this guy. Correct. Right. Sometimes these questions UGC net doesn't frame it that well, but anyway it was simple. So basically what you have to do is you have to do step by step. If you try to read the whole statement in one go, you will not get. You'll say his brother's father. That means Rakesh's brother's father would be nothing but Rakesh's father also. Would you agree with me? Correct. Is the only son meaning no other right son, is the only son of my grandfather, the only son of my grandfather, this one's grandfather. Correct. So only son. Okay. So this only son. Okay. So of my grandfather, that means this has to be this one's daughter, like that. Correct. Correct. The only son. Correct. Is the only son. Could have said only sibling also. Could have said only one child, right? Could have been even easier in terms of explanation, right? Anyway, but of my grandfather. So saying the woman is related to Rakesh is how is this woman related, right? She's in the same. So this is the grandparents generation, this whole thing. This is the parents generation, and parent grandfather had only one son, has only one son, and she's saying this guy and some relationship with this person. So therefore we can say this is in the third generation. That means they have to be siblings. Okay. All right. Should I move ahead? Okay. Clear, right? Okay, great. Okay. Okay, so let me move ahead. All right. Okay, so we are at 8:10. Okay, so we have a couple more questions. I hope you are with me. Okay, so let's do this question quickly, guys. These are two easy questions. One is again on, coding decoding. The other is on directions. So I have also shared our YouTube channel, right? So that people can just go there and get an idea. We are also on Facebook, Telegram, and we are just trying to get there on Instagram. So these classes are again 3 days a week. The idea is to practice 400-500 UGC NET actual questions before the exam, so that we are 100% that we can easily get a 99 percentile in UGC NET. And it's an easy exam, but just a little bit of practice so that people have an actual idea of what kind of questions come in the exam. A little bit about myself, before we end the class. So my name is Ashish, like I mentioned earlier, and I'm a computer engineer and an MBA from Goa Institute of Management. So yes, I'm into this aptitude training for about a decade now, and we train a lot of students for various exams, but especially specializing in UGC NET and also placements. A lot to help MBA placements as well. Okay, somebody saying share the link of your YouTube and Telegram. All right, so should we discuss, guys? Again, very simple questions, right? So DICE is written as FLGJ. So tell me, now you guys tell me, we have done enough questions and this is an easy one. So I hope now you will tell me instead of me telling you. Yes, first tell me DICE is written as FLGJ. Simple, difficult? Okay. And what is the logic? So with DICE is coded as FL, yes, +2 plus, absolutely, yes, very good, very good, yes. So that means if you see the logic, D is becoming F, I is becoming L, C is becoming G. So one thing to note here is if D is becoming F, How can C become G? That means therefore it is not increasing by the same speed, right? That means there is differential, right, in terms of what is getting added to it, right? So therefore people find out plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 and so on, right? So therefore what would be our answer, guys? It would be C. Okay, easy, right? This one was easy, correct? All right, second is again directions. Very simple question, guys. All you have to do in these direction, and these are all actual UGC net papers, okay, actual questions, right? So that you know we are not doing high uh, difficult questions, we are not doing easy questions, right? So let's say this is direction, okay? So let's say if I say this is your north, this is your south, this is your west, and this is your east, okay? Now these basic directions we should understand. Now he says a postman walked 20 meters straight from his office. What I always assume is wherever the starting position, no, I always assume it here, but whichever side you assume, you will get anyways the correct answer, okay? I'll assume here. So he says started walking 20 meters from his office. Let's say this is office, okay? 20 meters straight, you can make whichever direction, your answer will anyways be correct, okay? Let's say 20 meters straight is this side, okay? This guy walked 20 meters here, so let's say 20 meters here, okay? Now he says he turned right and walked 10 meters. He turned right. Now the question is, when this guy walked this direction, turned right, people normally do this, right? This is absolutely wrong, guys. It is not your and my right. When he's moving straight in this direction for how much, for 20 meters, he turned right, meaning that guy is moving in this direction, in the south direction, he's facing the south direction, his right would be here. Are you getting? So he turned right and walked 10 meters, okay? So this is again 10, okay? After turning left, he walked 10 meters. After turning left, he walked 10 meters, right? Okay, he walked 10 meters, all right. Now he says, and after turning right, he walked 20 meters. After turning right, he walked 20 meters, okay? 20 meters, okay? All right. Now the simple question is, he turned again right and walked 70 meters, okay? He turned again right and walked here, whatever, 70 meters, let's say, okay? 70 meters, okay? So the question is, how far is he from office? Guys, he was here. So the question is, what is this distance? All right. Now, simple, yeah. This is 20, correct? And this is 10, correct? That means if this is 20, this is 10, we can say that, hey, this is straight line, right? This is straight, sorry for my art, but basically this is a straight line, okay? So I am saying that 20 plus 10, 30, right? That means this region is your 30, okay? So what would be this region? This region would be 40, right? Now if this region is 40, this region is 40, and how much is this distance, guys? 20, this 20 plus 10, 30. That means this is 30. So the simple question is, if one length is 30, one is 14, it's a 90-degree triangle. What would this be? Come on. This we learned in class 7th or 8th, Pythagoras theorem, right? In right angle triangle, the hypotenuse square equals to base square plus perpendicular square, right? So that means this side square would be 40 square plus 30 square, or side equals to under root of 1600 plus 900, which is 2500, and under root becomes 50. So answer would be 50. Are you getting? And I've seen people struggling with simple questions like this as well, imagine, right? So such a easy question. So what you have to do is just follow directions. Don't make the stupid mistake of right taking your right. Always assume the person. Just do that simple, and that is it. And everything is given 20, then he took a 10, then he took a left turn, then he took a right turn. So what is there? Very simple. Just follow this. And then he was saying this is 70. So he said, what is this distance? Come on. For this distance to calculate, I have to know this distance, correct? And this I got from 20 plus 10, 30. And this distance I knew 30 because 20 and plus 10, so 30, this means this is 40. So once I know one side, this is 1, I knew this side as well. I had to just take out the third side. All right, should we guys move ahead, please, very quickly? Okay, and one of the things I want to say is today what has happened is, guys, by mistake I have made our live session on our Step Up Learning page, right? So we have two YouTube channels actually. Okay, so I have by mistake put it on Step Up Learning, which is the same our company only, but basically it's another channel. Okay, but I should have done it on the Step Up, the special page that we have, UGC NET. Okay, so please subscribe the UGC NET one. Okay, don't by mistake just subscribe this one. I mean, you can subscribe this also, but for more relevant information you can subscribe the UGC NET page, and the link I've shared, the YouTube channel link I've shared. Guys, can we move ahead? Okay, all right, so let's say this is our last question, okay, for our today's class, and after this I'll give you some bonus questions. Okay, but and bonus questions we will not solve. I will maybe write in the maybe put that in our YouTube below this video, right, so that you can see it and then write answers to those questions. Those are again actual UGC NET questions. Okay, just quickly attempt this. Two numbers are in the ratio 2 is to 5. If 16 is added to both the numbers, the ratio becomes 1 is to 2. Again, simple logic. Either you can do this question through options, right? Or you can do whatever logic, right? Okay, so people are giving answers. So guys, see multiple ways. Either you can actually say two numbers are in the ratio 2 is to 5, right? Whichever numbers are into 2 is to 5 ratio. Okay, so I think most of these are correct. Correct, most of these are. Now you can actually add 16 and see what is the ratio, how it becomes. So for example, I'm just giving you how we can go through by options as well. Okay, that means 16 is the number. If I add 16 in this, it becomes what? 32. Correct, it becomes 32. And in 14, if I add 16, what it becomes? 56. Correct. Now tell what is the ratio is becoming actually. Is it becoming 1 is to 2? No, that means this is not the correct option. Okay, similarly, let's say if the number is 20 is to 50, that means now it will become what? It will become 36, and this will become how much? It will become 66. That means I can reject this option also. Okay, I'm saying one option is this way, right? You could always do that. Let's say 28 plus 16, again how much? 28 6 34, 34 and 10 44, right? 44, 44 upon 44, and this would be 86, right? That may again not be correct. But so that means 1 is to 2, it is also not becoming, right? 32, if I became 32 is to 8, that means 16 into 2, 16 into 5, 80. Yes, so 32 plus 16 becomes 48, 80 plus 16 become 96, right? So 1 is to 2 it becomes. So either one option is we can do options, and we can simply do this. Okay, no formula, nothing. Second option is whenever you're talking about ratio of two numbers, it's very simple, guys, right? So if two numbers are in ratio 2 is to 5, that means one number is 2x and the other number would be how much? It would be 5x, right? Ratio means Ratio does not mean that they are, the number is 2 and 5. They may be, but they could be 2 or 5, right? They could be 1 or 2.5. They could be 4 and 10. They could be 200 and 500 also. They could be 2 lakh and 5 lakh also. I don't know the exact number because I don't know the value of x, but I know this is the ratio. Okay. Now he says 16 is added to both the numbers, ratio becomes 1:2. That means what I can do is 2x plus 16, okay, upon 5x plus 16 equals to 1 upon 2. Correct. So I'm saying the standard, the book method, or what we learned in school is this method, meaning you have a simple equation, only one variable. All you have to do is just do this. That means 5x plus 16 equals to 4x plus 32. Correct. 5x minus 2x, right? 5x minus 4x meaning x, and you can calculate the value. I'm saying that is one way. Okay. The other way is through options. Okay. So tell me, what is the answer, guys? Everybody got these two methods, right? You can choose whichever one is easy for you. Okay. I hope everybody got it. All right. Okay. Excellent. All right. So let me just stop sharing my screen. Okay. And what I'll do is, guys, the remaining questions, okay, some more questions I had put for you, right, for this video, right? Let's say there are 3 more questions. I'll pose those questions, the coding, decoding, and also on blood relations. Let me pose those questions on our YouTube only, okay? If you want, I can just quickly show you our website in case you want to say, okay, what all can you get on our website for free. So let me just quickly take a moment to take you to our website. Okay, this is stepuplearning.net. So what you could do is you could always there's a simple course video, and these are some sample videos that we have put. Anyways, you have 40-50 on YouTube. Now, for example, if you want to log in, register, you can simply go here, register under, of course, UGC NET training. Next, and you fill these basic details, and you select your product, which is UGC NET paper 1, a city you can put, and whatever, and you can just put. So important thing here is only the asterisk information is mandatory. Now your email and your password, whatever you put, will ultimately help you to log in. Okay. And you may have to click on the link through your email so that we know your email is valid. Okay. Now what you do is you go here, login, put your email and put your password. Okay. That's one option, right? The other option is, let's say I don't want to do any of these things and I want to directly, let's say, do sign in with Google. All right. So I could choose that option as well. Okay. That means I could choose that option as well, and I could then log in. Once I log in inside, either through Facebook or through Gmail, what I will go here is I will go inside and I'll get into the package that I have registered into. So I chose placement prep MBA. That's why it's coming. But normally for you, it would be UGC NET. You will see what you will see here, lots of videos. Okay. 36, 40 videos. You will see some length tests. And then you do is you can click on test zone. If you want to take mock test, click on full length test. You can take a proper mock test, get your analysis. Okay, this is a different package, so therefore it's different. Okay, this is not relevant for you. So I actually take this test, and same thing, it will start. Okay, that's one option. Also, there's a lot of good analytics that we have put. That means on your profile and on your dashboard, what you'll be able to see is actually your accuracy, your speed, right? Total questions solved. If you go here inside start learning, under this you can actually go and look at your videos and quiz and mock tests. All of that is present. Okay. All right, folks, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope to see you all. I know there were a lot of people today, so I hope to see you guys in the next class as well. The next class would be again on Thursday. So Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, right, in order to get more updates from us. All right, so we are signing off, and be safe. More importantly, practice social distancing. Be safe, take care of your family, take care of yourself. Yep. Thank you. Bye bye.